Week 10 of the fantasy basketball season, and here's a few forwards I look to pick up this week. The first guy, Blake Griffin of the Brooklyn Nets. So the Nets here, they're decimated with injuries. They're decimated with guys in the safety and protocol list as well here. So the Nets, they're down to 8 or 9 players, and they got no choice but to play some of their veterans or younger guys who were second-round picks a lot of minutes over the next few weeks here. So Blake Griffin on the season, 6.7 points a game, 5 rebounds, 2.2 assists, and 36% from the field. So obviously the last few seasons, his field goal percentage has been horrible for Griffin. And he's also a guy that's going to be on load management. He's really not going to play back-to-backs, but if you need a little bit of a boost of a guy who could still score the basketball at a decent rate if he's going to get high minutes, still rebound all right, and he's even been a better passer over the last few seasons. So that was December 14th versus Toronto. 13 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals, 2 threes, 66% from the field. December 16th versus Philly. 17 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, a 3, 43% from the field. And December 18th versus the Magic. 17 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals, 3 threes, and 46% from the field. So the one thing I'll give Griffin here, he's definitely improved his three-point shot since when he got into the league up until now. And obviously you got to shoot the 3-ball nowadays. So if you need a guy for a week or two to boost you up in a few categories, or you got a slumping player on your roster that's not doing much, I think Griffin's a decent add. And right now he's available in 67% of fantasy leagues. The next forward I look to get this week's Kiki of the Orlando Magic. So last season, towards the end of the year, when the Magic traded a lot of ball players away, Kiki had a decent end of the season, and he was definitely putting up numbers and fantasy value on the season. 7.3 points a game, 4.3 rebounds, 1.3 assists, 37% from the field. So obviously field goal percentage isn't good, but he's going to score the basketball and rebound. And now with Wendell Carter out for who knows how long here, after he got wheelchaired off the court a few games ago, him and Robin Lopez, their minutes are going to go up. So the last few games here for Kiki, December 15th versus Atlanta, 8 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal, a block, 2 threes, 20% from the field. December 17th, he had a huge one versus the Heat, 18 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, 6 steals, a block, 4 threes, 58% from the field. And December 18th at the Nets, 15 points, 6 rebounds, an assist, 2 steals, 2 blocks, and 3 threes, 54% from the field. So Kiki, he's putting up numbers. He's rebounding the basketball. And he had a rare 6-steal game as well. So right now, fantasy owners have ran out there over the last week here and added him in 22% of fantasy leagues. But right now, he's still available in 60% of fantasy leagues. And he can help you in 4 or 5 categories. So I think he's a decent add this week here, is Okiki. The next guy I would look to add this week, Martin of the Charlotte Hornets. I've mentioned Martin as a pickup over the last few weeks here, but he's still available right now in a decent amount of fantasy leagues, is Martin at 46%. So right here, he's getting minutes. This is his breakout season, I believe, for this Hornet team, and he has been added in 15% of fantasy leagues over the last week here. So on the season for Martin, 9.4 points a game, 4.4 rebounds, 2.7 assists, 1.4 steals a game, 1.2 threes, and 51% from the field. So he's pretty solid in many categories. And right now, he's playing major minutes. The last 3 out of 5 ball games, he's played 40-plus minutes here is Martin. And we know LaMelo Ball's out as well on the protocol list. So the last few games here for Martin, December 13th at Dallas, 5 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, a 3, 40% from the field. December 15th at the Spurs, 21 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, a block, 4 threes, 61% from the field. And then December 17th, he was perfect from the field, 5 for 5, 14 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, a 3. So right here, he does the intangibles for this Hornet team. For fantasy owners, he's going to score the basketball decently, anywhere from 12 to 15 points if he's going to have a major role. Decent rebounder, good passer as well, and he's really pretty decent at field goal as well, shooting 51% on the season. So he checks the box off for at least 5 or 6 categories here is Cody Martin, and he's one of the hotter pickups this week, in my opinion. The next forward, Izazi Metu of the Sacramento Kings. So Metu, he was a pickup a few weeks ago. Then he fizzled out, but now over the last few games here, he's picked up the pace again and putting up good numbers on the season. 9 points a game, 6.6 rebounds, zero point 0.9 assists, 0.8 steals a game, 1.1 threes, and 40% from the field. So right here, ever since Alvin Gentry's taken over there in Sacramento, he's shaking things up, and some guys are getting more playing time now. We've seen it with Bagley. We've seen it with Terrence Davis, who I mentioned as a pickup last week, but Metu right now has been playing pretty good basketball, and his minutes have gone up for the most part as well. The last few games here for Metu, December 13th at Toronto, 4.6 rebounds, and assist to steal, 28% from the field. December 15th versus Washington, 13.7 rebounds, a steal, a block, 2 threes, 62% from the field. And December 17th versus the Grizzlies, 18 points, 11 rebounds, a steal, 2 blocks, 2 threes, and 33% from the field. So right here, the Kings, they're a bad team once again this season, no doubt about it. They're going to be playing the younger guys, I would think, as we're already 33 games into the season here, and they're way down in the standings. So right here, Metu should get a lot of opportunities to play for this Sacramento King team here. And if you need some rebounding and decent scoring, I think he'll definitely help you in those categories, and is a decent pickup this week. And the fifth and final player I looked at this week's P.J. Tucker of the Miami Heat. So P.J. Tucker, we know he's a 3-and-D guy and one of the most intense players in the NBA. No doubt about it is Tucker. On the season with the Heat, 7.8 points a game, 5.6 rebounds, 2.2 assists, 1.3 threes a game, at 50% from the field. But the last couple weeks here, the averages have definitely gone up. 12.8 points a game, 6.2 rebounds, 4.5 assists, 2.2 threes, and 52% from the field. So right now, like I mentioned in the other pickup video here with Gabe Vincent, the Heat, they got a lot of guys on the protocol and a lot of guys banged up as well with injuries. So right here, he's playing a little more and having more of an offensive role as well. Here's Tucker, and he's putting up numbers. December 13th at Cleveland, 23 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists, a block, 5 threes, 60% from the field. December 15th at Philly, 12 points, 4 rebounds, an assist, a steal, a block, 2 threes, 50% from the field. And December 17th at the Magic, 15 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, a steal, 2 threes, and 60% from the field. So right now, he's going out there. He's hitting the 3 ball. Like I mentioned, he's a 3-and-D player. He's a good passer as well, and he'll get you at least a steal or 2 a game. He's going to play 30-plus minutes, and having the ball in his hands more and take more shot attempts, I think he's a decent add, is Tucker, and he's available in 65% of fantasy leagues. That's a few forwards I look to add here for Week 10 of the fantasy basketball season.